I've just stumbled upon this cute animation and thought I'd take a look at the code. There's no JavaScript and no HTML, so it's probably done with generated content on the root or on the body. And here we have a lot of keyframes with long transform chains, which can probably be compacted. But first, we take out this width. We take out the transform style because we don't need it. We don't have children on generated content. Here, center, just like the width, is default, so we don't really need it in there. We take out the weight here and we compact this, and we also make it more flexible. We add a line height and the font family. Let's take out the animation as well for a bit. Take out the padding because we don't really need it. Margins, we make this right. Again, we take this thing out as well. We don't need the font family. Here we set a transform, and it's going to be a scale of a factor f, and this is a custom property which we define here. Alright, so we also set a transform origin, which is a right and top, and we reset the scaling factor here, -1. Let's explicitly size this to ends and give it a height also the same. Now let's also set a text indent of less than 1 em. Alright, now this looks like a start. Let's get back here, and we're not going to use this mixin because it only gets called once, so we don't really need it in that case. Put the animation here. Oh, forgot to take out font size. Alright, notice something else. This, we also take it out because we don't need it. We only use it once. So, alright, now for the flipping animation. Keyframes, flip, and here we're going to have 25% and 50%, and these are going to have the exact same transform as here, except we're going to add a rotate. So a rotation around the y-axis. Initially it's going to be 0, and then it's going to be half a turn. Then we add 2 more sets of keyframes, 75 and 100, and 1 more rotation around the x-axis this time. Rotate x, initially 0, and then let's make it and since we're making this half, so yeah, this is pretty much the effect we've been after, but let's see if we can compact this code a bit more. So we take this out of here and we put it into a 0 keyframe here, so we can see better how we can compact this stuff. So we have a list, initial, and initial is going to be this with the 0 rotations. And then we're going to have a final state, which is going to take these. Actually, this isn't quite right, so we need to multiply by the scaling factor to get the exact same effect. So we take this and we put it here, and then we read its length. Now, in here, inside the keyframes, we loop. We initialize a transform chain, which is going to be this scale. We create the keyframes, which are going to be I minus 0.5 n, but this we only added if I is greater than 0, otherwise we don't, it's empty. And then we have I multiplied with this. Alright, so in here we're going to set transform, we're going to set it to TC. But before we do that, we have another inner loop, j from 0 to n, and here we add to the transform chain from, let's see which list, it's going to be j plus 1, this is going to be the index, and if j is smaller than I, then we're going to add from the final list, otherwise we're going to add from the initial list. So this should work just fine. Oh, it doesn't, because this. Alright. So yeah, this is it. This is the effect we've been after.